Middle East war escalates, soldiers charged with illegal possession, alleged Bentley Lane Gang member to face circuit court on October 18, while more illegal guns are taken off the street. This is Undiluted News, Mikey Bones reporting. The war is not getting any better in the Middle East and has now blossomed into a powder keg just ready to blow up. After totally flattening Gaza, Israel is now attacking Lebanon, and they vow to continue striking Hezbollah targets in Beirut and southern Lebanon after launching fresh airstrikes in the Lebanese capital yesterday. 9 people were killed in a strike in central Beirut, which is the first time Israel has struck the area since 2006. Israel issued evacuation orders for additional villages in southern Lebanon, signaling a broadening of its ground incursion. And more than 1,000 people in Lebanon have been killed and about 1 million residents displaced since Israel escalated its war with Hezbollah, with shelters filling up beyond capacity. And while going after Hezbollah, they are also planning to strike Iran. And this is after Iran fired over 200 missiles into Israel this week and another 100 yesterday. Once Iran gets hit, it will be a tit for tat, and nuclear weapons could be introduced, resulting in a massive amount of deaths. Meanwhile, the FBI and head Department of Homeland Security are concerned that election-related grievances such as a belief in voter fraud could motivate domestic extremists to engage in violence in the weeks before and after the November general elections in the U.S., as it did during the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol, according to a new intelligence bulletin from the agency. Domestic violent extremist DVEs continue to create, exploit, and promote narratives about the election process or legal decisions involving political figures, and these grievances could motivate some DVEs to engage in violence, according to the FBI and the DHS. Before 2016, U.S. politics was peaceful and people used to just go vote and then go home. Now, after 2016, with racism turned up by a certain candidate who actually make people who would otherwise suppress their true feelings, now he has emboldened them and they are no longer afraid to spew their hate. And they continue to just get worse and worse in politics in the US. Back in Jamaica, the parliamentary opposition is accusing the government for stepping away from the anti-corruption policies of the country. Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced in January of 2018 that the government would include the enforcement branches in its reaction to the criminal ecosystem in order to combat unexplained wealth. However, now that several members of his administration, including himself, are being investigated for unexplained wealth, he is now saying that it will not give priority to demands for unexplained wealth, citing constitutional issues and the strength of current legislation to deal with people who appear to have suspect financial origins. Opposition spokesman on national security, Senator Peter Bunting, has lambasted the government for backtracking on the unexplained wealth order. 2 Jamaican men who were captured last month along with 2 Haitian nationals in a drug operation in St. Anne have been released on bond. Anthony Ferguson, 47-year-old, and Andre Gordon, 23 years old, were each offered bail in the sum of $600,000 when they appeared in the St. Anne Parish Court. But the 2 Haitians were remanded and are to return to court on October 10th. Investigators reported that on September 6, the narcotics police conducted an operation at a house in Runway Bay in St. Anne. 200 pounds of ganja and a quantity of U.S. counterfeit notes were reportedly seized in the raid. The Jamaicans and Haitians who occupied the premises were arrested and later charged. Meanwhile, the alleged members of the Bentley Lane Gang operating in Rosetown and Kingston are to appear in the Home Circuit Court on October 18. The alleged commander of the gang, 37-year-old Navarro Lyons, otherwise called Guanbad, and 17 of his co-accused appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday and were remanded. The case was transferred to the High Court after Senior Parish Court Judge Sanchia Burrell informed the parties that she has no jurisdiction to preside over the case. They are charged under the anti-gang legislation for being members of a criminal organization and participating in a criminal organization, and they have been accused of being involved in gang activities in the Rosetown community over the last 4 years. Investigators allege that on October 22 of last year, 2 of the defendants, along with another member of the Bentley Lane Gang, were behind a double murder committed in the area, and the murder was said to be in reprisal for the killing of a member of the gang in the community. A member of the Jamaica Defense Forces among three people charged following the seizure of an illegal firearm and ammunition in St. Elizabeth. Those charged are JDF soldier Shevin Buchanan, otherwise called Soji, Shavai Williams, also known as Bag Juice, a sound system operator of Stonehenge District in Cambridge, St. James, and Dwayne Goulburn, alias Metro, a sound system selector of Middle Quarters in St. Elizabeth. The men are charged for possession of prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition, and it's reported that about 1:45 on Sunday afternoon, the three were traveling in a blue Toyota Mark X motorcar along the YS Main Road in St. Elizabeth when they were signaled to stop. During a search of the vehicle, 1.40 Smith & Wesson pistol with a magazine containing 10 cartridges was found in the center console. The three men were arrested and transported to the Black River Police Station, where they were subsequently charged. And we always ask this question: why won't the Jamaican government make it easy for citizens to get gun permit so they won't have to be arresting so much people for illegal weapon? Which sound system operator or selector is gonna go play music anywhere in Jamaica and don't carry a weapon? People have to carry a weapon to protect themselves. Jamaica is a very dangerous place. During a quick operation on Thursday morning in Pike, which is northeast of the parish of Manchester, the Manchester police confiscated another illegal handgun. The 9mm handgun was discovered in a trash can. The weapon was discovered, according to the police, during an operational support team search of a bar at about 1 o'clock. In connection with the seizure, no one was taken into custody. However, the bar's proprietor was accused of violating the Spirit Licensing Act by operating after hours and operating without a license. A St. Mary farmer, popularly known as Bushman, is set to answer to a charge of wounding with intent after allegedly using a machete to physically harm another during an altercation late last month. According to police reports, Bushman, whose birth name is Anthony Lewis, got into an argument with another man on Friday of September 27, and it's alleged that the 64-year-old farmer used a machete to chop the man all over the body. The victim was taken to hospital where he was treated and then released. Lewis was arrested and charged and is set to appear in the Port Maria Parish Court on Thursday, October 10th. On to sports, there were no Manning Cup game yesterday, but today we'll see 8 games with current champion Mona taking on Waterford, and also the unbeaten Wolmers will face St. Mary's College. In the Dacosta Cup, they had games yesterday, and Discovery Bay beat Mushet 2-1. Green Pond were 2-0 winners over St. James. Malden was 1-0 winner over Irwin. Cornwall College continued their unbeaten run with a 4-1 thrashing of Herbert Morrison. The Cartridge and Mayday played to a 1-all draw, while Dintill were 4-0 winners over Tatius Golding. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bounce. Have a good day. I gone.